Hello and welcome back to the Garion Tabletop. I am back in Legends of Runeterra and I am Garion Reaver. I have unlocked a couple of cool champions in Path of Champions, namely Bard and Talia, or Talia, I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce that. Anyway, but that I will have to say for another time because right now I need your help. I have been working on a new deck, Flufforce, and I am not quite sure where I'm going wrong with it. So I would like some advice. I'll show it off, and we'll see if you can give me some advice on it. As you can see, Flufforce uses Poppy and Tristana, and it's a Yordle impact deck. And overall it's okay. I took it the original list from one I found online, but I've made extensive tweaks to it since. It focuses around giving as many people impact as possible, and late game it's not unusual for me to be doing like 10-15 impact damage per attack, like with my army. However, there is one big thing that I don't understand. Poppy. Because Tristana, I get her, you know, she can get incredibly powerful. I've had her up to like 15-20 attack. With like 5-10 impact. It's really strong when you can like power up. But the problem is that Poppy seems to be the big weakness, because the original idea for this deck, from what I understand, because as I said, I did use the online one to build the original thing, is that Poppy, because the way Poppy works is every time she attacks with allies, she gives herself and any allies with less, equal or less power, a permanent +1/1. So essentially, when she's on the attack, oh, great. When she's on the attack, she can power up your guys really strongly. So let's get Tristana out there as soon as. Yeah, I'd rather kill him off. Fizz irritates me. Anyway, so Tristana gets +1 for every multi-region ally, and she gives +1 to any multi-region ally, and then after she levels up, she also gives impact. So that's why, like, I've got loads of these multi-region ones. It's half to the majority, I'd say half to 2/3 of the units in my deck are multi-region ones because of the buff. And overall, it's not too bad. But Poppy is still this... Poppy is still this weakness. Like Tristana, yeah, I played a bit fast and loose with Tristana. You got to protect her because she's quite flimsy. But Poppy is more flimsy. Because Tristana gets quick attack, Poppy doesn't get anything like that. She has impact, but she doesn't have any kind of defensive ability. So when you go on the attack with Poppy, all they have to do is attack her, and your entire line falls apart. This is the job. Yeah, okay. So I don't know what's best there. Damn. Turned that around on me, didn't he? To try and counter this issue, I've put in a load of... well, that's not one, but... well, it's sort of one. I put in a load of these, like, buffing cards. Usually burst speed ones, that's not one, but... like, that exact one that he played is in my deck as well. Because when they attack me, I'd like to be able to say, no, actually, I get the buff, and you don't get to do that. But it still feels like Poppy is too fragile. So how do I use Poppy well? Oh, this is gonna hurt. I still don't really get that one. Like, why does it increase it to 6/6? What does it do exactly? Oh, a number of other spells. Yeah, now I remember. So if I go for this, this meshes quite well because it gives them a 3/3. So, oh, I'm on the attack. Oh, even better. Sorry, I assumed they were on the attack. Why would you give yourself that whatever. Sure. Just kill 2 of them off. Nice. So as you can see, even before I've actually got any of the bloody impact out there, he's still down to 6 health, because this deck can hit very hard. And I tend to get kind of lucky with this deck. I don't feel I use it massively well, but it's still it's still something that is effective.
Who's on top of the bounty board today?
And now I should be able to just go on the attack and kill everything. Because they can't block enough. Oh no, they're just about blocked enough. Any I want to protect? Yeah, let's give him barrier. So I added in stuff like prismatic barrier to try and protect Poppy, because that seems to be the main downside. Like I did mess up with Justana. Normally I could keep her alive very well, and she gets quite strong. But in this one I failed that.
You dropped something. I dropped
Poppy, good. So as you can see, she's a 2-3, and admittedly the first time she attacks she goes up to a 3-4. Just by default, but I don't see how you're supposed to keep her alive if they have anything strong. Because if they had like a 6-6 out there, how could I possibly attack with all of these? I mean, I can because I'm about to win. That's not the point. But like, look at that buff that she gives. It's so powerful. Should I be more courageous with Poppy? Should I not worry about them blocking her? But if they do block her, I mean, in this case, it happened that Poppy came up quite late, so I couldn't really explain the issue well. I'd already won by that point. I'll play another game and I'll see if I can get Poppy early. Fantastic, Poppy in the starting hand. All right, get rid of those 2 and hopefully get a lower cost one. So you'll see what it's like, and I added in Sharp Sight, I added in Prismatic Barrier, all in an effort to try and keep Poppy alive. Because every time I use her, she seems to die very early, and I end up regretting using her. And Tristana deals a lot of damage, you know, she's a very good offensive unit, but I just can't seem to use Poppy. Skipped ahead a bit, now it's their attack turn. I feel like I shouldn't play Poppy here, because all they have to do is then drag her out into a fight. She won't get her bonus for the +1 for attacking, and therefore I'm just going to lose her. So I think I'll try and play her next round. In this case, they played really stupidly and lost 2 very powerful things to a very obvious bait. But now if I play Poppy, how do I keep her alive? She's a 2-3, she's very flimsy. So they've got a 6-3. If I attack with both of these, they'll block Poppy, right? That's the sensible thing to do, because he's quick attack and she'll get blocked. But she has to attack 3 times in order to level up, at which point she then gives a 2-2 and impact. So for Poppy to fit this deck, for Poppy to be useful, she needs to attack at least 4 times. But that means you've got to keep her alive for 4 attacks. So, like, if I send both these, she will block Poppy. She will die because Poppy will get the +1, but it's still... They still have no other option here. So, as I see it, am I wrong in thinking my only sensible thing here is to not attack with Poppy? Right? Because she'll die. And I don't want to lose Poppy this early. So I attack without Poppy, he's not going to block. And then what? No, as it happens, I'm losing Poppy anyway because bloody LeBlanc is going to strike her. Yeah, nothing I can do to protect her there. God damn! I admit, this deck is one that I really struggle with, the LeBlanc Severe deck. I struggle against this one. I was wondering why on earth Poppy had Fury, and it's because of that Hothead card I had last round who attacked. Is this the way I've got to do it? I've got to buff Poppy? I mean, it's about to get stunned, so I think I've lost. I've lost this game. Yep, I've lost. There is no way I can block this. Welp. Let's try again, shall we? I got Poppy, and I'm facing 3s and 4s. Can I attack with Poppy? I should be able to. I've got Radiant Strike, so I can give her the +1. But should I attack here? So if I attack, she'll get buffed to 3-4, so she could still be killed by the Astute Academic. If I buff her with that first, then they'll both be at 4 attack, and she'll be at 5 defense, so she'll survive on 1. Assuming that they don't do anything else. So if I attack here... No, they couldn't do anything else, the burst spell, of course. So... Alright, well they blocked weirdly there. Oh, never mind, she's dead anyway. I don't feel I know how to use Poppy. Every single time I try to use her, she just dies. And Tristana, I sort of get. Tristana I can do a lot of damage with. Perfect timing, Tristana. As it is, I'm getting sort of trounced this game anyway. Tristana's one of those ones that levels up the moment you play her if you've done the thing, so that's quite useful. She comes in quite strong, and she also has +1/1 and Fury because of the Hothead who attacked earlier in the game. And when she's leveled up, anytime you summon one of these, multi-region thing, she essentially gets +2. 1 because it's a multi-region that has summoned this game, and 1 is a multi-region you summon while she's there. And the other one also gets +1, but of course they immediately died. So in this case I got quite lucky getting Fury. I tend to get Fury in this video. I've got Fury, what, 3 times when I've used Hothead? Because he gives them a random keyword. So that's a pretty good one because it actually assists Tristana in one of the things she really fails in, which is her defense. Because Fury will consistently give her +1 defense whenever she kills anything. But basically the trick to Tristana is just continually summon these multi-region followers. Because each one gives her an additional impact. It's actually quite rare I can use Tristana to block. Normally she's way too flimsy. By default she has 3 health. 4 health. 4 health when upgraded, so she can't do a lot defensively. My usual strat is to flood the field with weak, flimsy guys who just act as barriers. And each time I summon one, it powers up Tristana further. And with Tristana, I can get a nice array of impacts. So even though I'm attacking with really weak things, each one of them is going to do 1 damage, and Tristana's going to do 4 damage even if she's blocked.
Now that just won't do. You fight with that?
So look at that. Fully blocked, no overwhelm at all, and I'm still going to do a total of, what, 8 damage? But because Tristana has quick attack, it means that, oh wow, yeah, of course, because he's double attack, so he gets double the impact. But because Tristana has quick attack, it means she can go on the offensive without fear if she has a higher attack, which she almost always does. Look at her attack power. So if I attack with both of these, he's gonna go for Tristana, and it's not gonna be enough. But Poppy just doesn't have anything like that. She just feels so flimsy. I also have the Bandle Tree, which gives you additional allies. So once you've played allies from 10 regions, you just win. But I've never got more than 3 or 4 before they either destroy it or I win or lose through some other method. And one more of these just to rub it in. 3111 Tristana with 6 impact and fury and quick attack. It's stunning how powerful Tristana gets. And I did get very lucky having Fury in this one, because normally I've never had Fury with this deck before, the Hothead random keyword thing. And maybe that's what I have to rely on. Maybe I have to rely on getting a good keyword on Poppy, but then it's like, it's the having to use the Hothead first, having to get off enough attacks to get a decent keyword, and hoping that Poppy is the next champion in my deck, because he only gives the keyword to the next champion. So, apart from relying on like 5 layers of luck to make Poppy usable, where am I going wrong? Let's have a quick look at the interior of this one. So, here's the breakdown of costs. It's very, very cheap deck overall. 11 spells, because I added in a few to get those buffs. Let me know what you think I can do to make Poppy better. Because I feel she can work. Like, I feel that her ability to give these attack boosts and impact really meshes with the style of the deck, particularly with Tristana buffing and giving impact as well. If I had both of those going, essentially I could just have this echo chamber of buffs and impact and just demolish. But it requires Poppy to get through that initial 3 or 4 attacks where she is just so fragile. So what do you recommend? Do you recommend I lean further into protective spells and save them for Poppy? That's an option. Save them for Poppy and maybe Tristana if she's in danger. What do you think? I should scrap Poppy entirely? I don't want to. I really want to use her in this deck. Both because I think she's adorable and I love the idea and the possible meshing here. So let me know what you think. How do you think I can use Poppy better to actually get some use out of this? So I welcome any advice you have. I really want to get better with this. So thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you want to see, if there are any of my other decks that stand out to you that you want to see more about or hear more about or anything like that. Subscribe for more board games, card games like this, miniatures and D&D, and I will catch you later.